it's simply not disputable. Our best friends and allies in the region, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and other Gulf states, these are the original financiers. They're sort of our little proxies who did the initial financing of these son of a bitches, who have a basic sort of a Wahhabi, Takfiri, fake Islamic perspective, which is really grotesque. It is anything but true Islam. It's our best friends and allies, including Turkey as well, who have been shuttling these son of a bitches across the border into Syria. Jordan has played its part by providing training bases so that we can train these so-called moderate rebels that don't exist and never existed in the first place. We are the ones who have carried out a policy of effectively providing air cover for ISIS over the last year and a half or so while they were growing, the biggest military in the history of the world with a coalition running around and apparently unable to do what Russia has been able to do in just a couple of months of real bombing, of really going after so-called ISIS. I mean, we are the ones who protect these son of a bitches on every level. And, you know, it's really beggars belief that there was ever any debate about this, but I'm actually really inspired by the fact that we're seeing so many different independent writers out there and bloggers and whatnot who are writing the truth about this now, which is we are ISIS. You know, in fact, I would say that ISIS stands for Israeli Secret Intelligence Services. It's a perfect acronym for who is benefiting most from ISIS, because when you look at ISIS, its real intention is to basically rip apart the Middle East so that Israel, which is all part of the greater Israel project, so that Israel can expand. That is the goal, and it's been stated on many different levels. This is not some conspiracy fucking theory. It is a reality. It has been admitted on so many different levels that it's not even possible to seriously debate this. And everything we see playing out in the Middle East right now is part of a plan to allow Israel to expand. And all of these American sons and daughters who've been off fighting in the Middle East have been fighting for the so-called Jewish state, not for American interest. How did America benefit from anything we've done? And now you get 22 American service members a day committing suicide. How fucking stupid is it that we would send America's best, its sons and daughters, off to fight these bullshit wars for the Jewish state of Israel, when back home we don't even have social services, the infrastructure's falling apart, black people are getting executed every fucking day practically. I mean, this is insane. Why would we allow this to continue? And all of this is being done because our government is owned by the Jewish state of Israel, literally. And when you see how Netanyahu has come to the U.S. Congress 3 different times and how our so-called government bends over, literally bends over and takes it up the ass for a foreign criminal, it is insane. Insane. And all the while, many Americans have been sitting there waving their stupid fucking flag and have nothing to do with their U.S. Constitution, haven't even read the damn thing. So anyway, more and more Americans do not believe in this insanity and are waking up to the reality, and I have confidence that they will do what needs to be done. And one of the best steps that could be taken is to reinstate the U.S. Constitution and arrest every single one of these fucking traitors in the U.S. Congress and in the White House. That would be a damn good step to show that there are, in fact, real patriots within the United States.
Yeah, there's that saying, if the U.S. military was trying to protect our freedom, they'd be attacking Washington, D.C., the District of Criminals. And, of course, you just brought up Israel, so here we go. You're an anti-Semite. Here comes the comments. Why don't you respond to that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm honored by these smears. I really am. First off, it's pretty ridiculous. You know, Semites are denotes people of Semitic history and cultural reality. Semitic languages are Arabic and Hebrew. I have family members who are Semitic. In fact, you know, I don't like getting into my personal life, but I have family who speak the Arabic language. They are Semites. So, in fact, my children have Semitic blood. So, very interesting that I might be accused of being anti-Semitic. I think what people mean to say is that I'm anti-Jewish. And so if people want to accuse me of being anti-Jewish, well, let me define what I mean when I talk about the Jewish state. I am talking about a Jewish state that was built on the back of an ethnic cleansing of Palestinians who had committed no crime against them during the so-called Holocaust. Why isn't it Nazi Germany that would have paid the price for the crimes committed against Jews? Why is it that Palestinians have been paying the price for an apparently Northern European Nazi crime? Why is it that we can't even talk about Jewish control of the mainstream media? Why is it that we can't talk about Larry Silverstein or Frank Lowy buying the lease on the Twin Towers when those buildings were filled with asbestos and literally worthless, in fact, a major liability, and then the buildings falling to dust within 2 months and them collecting billions in insurance? What if the owner of the World Trade Center buildings would have been a man named Mohammed of Muslim faith? Do you think we would have known of this man Mohammed of Muslim faith if he had bought the lease on the buildings just 2 months before? Why don't we talk about the Jewish Mossad agents who were caught filming the event, who acknowledged on Israeli television that they were sent to film the event? Otherwise, they had foreknowledge. This is not debatable. We know this. Why don't we talk about the Jewish agents who were arrested on 9/11 and quietly deported after having failed lie detector tests, and in fact, some of whom were caught with explosives in their vans on 9/11? Why aren't we allowed to talk about the fact that our government kisses the ass of the Jewish state and provides welfare to the tune of billions every year while Americans go without social services and don't have proper education? Why is it that we can't talk about all of these things? And why is it that we can't talk about the fact that the Jewish state allows Jews from all around the world to come back to the so-called Jewish state, and yet Palestinians who have deed title to land in Palestine have no right to return there? Why is it that we can't talk about any of that stuff? I'll tell you what I have a problem with. If Jewish people believe that they are the chosen ones, if they think that they are chosen by God and all the rest of us are effectively subhumans, goy, cattle, as we are referred to in the Talmud, then I've got a big fucking problem with Judaism. If, however, Jews believe that we are all brothers and sisters in one human family and they would wish to live in harmony with the rest of us, I have no problem with a Jew like that. But I have a big problem with many people who call themselves Jews, dual nationals in the U.S. government, traitors that they are, who definitely do not support anything known to be humane or brotherly at all. So